Hi everyone, my name is Rochelle. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as you enter. Thank you. I am going to share with you a topic that has been plaguing my mind for a very long time. Foster care, its benefit and disadvantages. I recently watched a YouTube video where a young woman was humiliated, harassed, verbally attacked, and shamed for the crimes committed by her family when she was approximately 9 years old. This young lady witnessed the fatal crimes of her mother, aunt, and uncle. Not only did she witness the crimes, she testified against them, and her mother and aunt are still behind bars today. Because of the stress and guilt of being an accessory to the fatal crimes, her uncle is said to have committed suicide. The young lady, who was a minor at the time, was placed in foster care system along with her surviving siblings. As you can imagine, watching such horrendous and fatal acts while young traumatized her. Despite her circumstances, she later grew up to become a lawful citizen who was smart, independent, yet a defensive and guarded adult. To separate herself from her past, she took on a new persona. However, her true identity was recently uncovered and used to hurt, embarrass, and break her. I would like to explore foster care, its benefit, and disadvantages with you all. We hear so much about the foster care system, so let's identify, define, and examine it. The foster care system may have been attributed for saving this young lady, but is foster care good for the majority of children removed from their homes? Let's dissect the foster care system. What is foster care? Foster care, as defined in the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is a situation in which for a period of time a child lives with and is cared for by people who are not the child's parents. In 2017, about 442,995 children were in foster care in the United States, and the majority were Black. Foster care is a system in which a minor child has been removed from the home and placed in a ward, group home, a residential child care community, or treatment center. Most children are placed in a private home of a certified caregiver, referred to as a foster parent, or with a family member approved by the state. The placement of the child is normally arranged through the government or a social service agency. The institution, group home, or foster parent is paid for expenses unless a family member takes custody of the child. But in some instances, a family member with limited income may be compensated as well. The state, by way of family court and child protective services agency, make all legal decisions for the child, while the foster parent is responsible for the day-to-day care of the child. When a child is removed from the home, the goal is to find adequate placement. Placement in foster care is intended to be a short-term solution until a permanent placement can be made. In most states, not all, the primary objective is to return children to their biological parents, meaning their birth parents. In cases where the court or child protective services agency determine parents to be unfit, or parents are unable or unwilling to care for the child, then the first choice of adoptive parents is a relative such as an aunt, uncle, or grandparent, known as kinship care. If no family member is willing, available, or capable to adopt the child, then the child will be adopted by someone who is a stranger to the child. What causes a child to be placed in the foster care system? Children enter the foster care system when the biological parents of the guardian are believed to be unable to care for a child. Some of them causes are neglect, physical abuse, and psychological harm. It is true that the foster care system saves the lives of some children. Let's uncover how as we learn about the benefits and disadvantages of foster care together. Some benefits of foster care are protection from physical harm, emotional harm, and environmental change from chaotic living conditions. Medical treatment for chronic health conditions. Newborn infant and children who have not received their vaccinations will be vaccinated, and others are able to get up-to-date vaccinations as well. Children also receive mandatory therapy. School enrollment. Children are able to be enrolled in school. School stability is an essential building block for getting a good education. Let's discuss some disadvantages. Some disadvantages are sexual abuse. Many foster children experience sexual abuse from other foster children within the home, the foster parent, or the foster parent's family and friends. Physical abuse. Many foster children experience physical abuse from caregivers or those surrounding them as family and friends. Emotional trauma. Many foster children experience separation anxiety, mental health illness, and other psychological trauma. Many foster children are unable to adapt to foster care facilities. They experience bullying from those aware of their circumstances as well. Neglect. Yes, it is a fact that many foster children receive a lack of care and are neglected by their foster parents. An interruption of education. Some foster children have a hard time learning because they are traumatized by the situation. Also, foster care agencies have a tendency to move children from home to home or facility to facility. They are unable to grasp the material or catch up with the amount of work required in school. But what other ways removing children from their homes and placing them in foster care facilities have an effect on children? Many children in the foster care system run away from their foster family or commit suicide because the foster care system retains children for such long periods of time. Normally, foster care agencies retain children for approximately 13 months or longer. The anticipation of returning home to their family and friends becomes overwhelming. Those that experience sexual abuse tend to molest or sexually abuse others. Many children molested by same-sex abusers tend to grow up to live an alternative lifestyle, develop hatred, and commit hate crimes toward the LGBTQ community. For those not knowing, LGBTQ is an acronym that stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning or queer. Foster care children most often have low confidence, low self-esteem, or develop self-hatred towards these children, feeling kidnapped and abandoned, whether voluntary or involuntary. Foster care children become bitter, violent, sexual abusers, predators, gang members, and are in and out of prison systems, committing horrendous crimes, including murder. Most often, the foster care system negatively impact the lives of children because the courts and foster care system failed them. However, there are many foster children who grow up and live positive, successful lives. Also, some get involved in advocacy and activism for children's rights, safety, protection, and care. Let's reduce the number of children in the foster care system by being responsible parents and guardians. Do not give up on your children. Please love, cherish, support, respect, and protect your children. My prayers goes out to others who had the unfortunate experience of the foster care system. This concludes all the information that I have to share with you in regards to the foster care system, its benefits and its disadvantages. I truly hope that you have learned from this message. Thank you. This is Rochelle. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video. Peace, love, and light.